Most people think more weight equals more muscle. And that lie is why your shoulders feel crunchy, your knees complain, and your back hates you every morning. Because the invisible enemy isn't age, it's compression. It's the idea that you have to stack iron on your spine to earn results. Here's the truth. There are 5 exercises that can build more muscle than most weight training programs, with less joint stress, less wear, and more carryover. No gym required, no barbell ego lifts, just movements that create brutal tension where it matters. Skip these and you don't just stay the same. You slowly lose muscle, your joints get louder, and your body gets older faster. Master them, and you'll look stronger at 50 than most people do at 30. Let's start with the first one, because if you get this wrong, everything else is weaker. Before we jump in, understand what you're actually chasing. Muscle doesn't care about shiny equipment. Muscle cares about 3 things. Tension, how hard the muscle has to work. Range, how far you load it under control. Progression, how you force adaptation over time. Weights are just one way to do that, and a lot of the time, they're a messy way. Barbells are impressive, but they also love compressing your spine, locking your joints into fixed paths, and letting you cheat with momentum. These 5 moves do the opposite. They load your body in natural patterns, they force stabilizers to wake up, and they give you an easy level-up ladder so you can progress for years. I'm gonna give you the exercise, why it builds more muscle than weights in the real world, the benchmark you need to hit, the progression so you can start today, even if you're weak right now. Ready? Good. Because the first one is a straight-up truth serum for your upper body. If you want an upper body that looks athletic, broad, thick, capable, you need one thing most lifters avoid: total body pulling. That's why the first exercise is chin-ups. And yes, I'm choosing chin-ups on purpose. Palms facing you, slightly closer grip, more biceps help, more reps sooner, more total volume. Here's the part people miss. A chin-up isn't arms. It's a full upper body coordination test. Your lats pull, your biceps drive, your upper back stabilizes, your core locks your rib cage down so you don't turn into a swinging fish. And unlike heavy rows, you're not folded in half with a loaded spine. Unlike machines, you're not riding a fixed track that steals stabilizer work. Your body is the weight, and gravity is honest. Benchmarks that matter. If you can do 1 strict chin-up, you're in the game. If you can do 8 clean reps, you're building. Now, but I can't do chin-ups. Perfect. That means you need them. Start here. Step 1. Active hangs. Hang from a bar. But don't just dangle like a coat. Pull your shoulders down away from your ears. Hold 20 to 40 seconds. This teaches your shoulder blades to behave. Step 2. Slow negatives. Jump to the top. Chin over the bar. Lower for 5 to 8 seconds. Do 3 to 5 reps per set. 2 to 4 sets. Step 3. Cluster singles. Do 1 rep. Rest 20 seconds. Do 1 rep. Repeat. You're building skill and volume without failing. And when you finally hit 8 clean reps, add a backpack, add a weight vest, add a belt. Progression is what turns a good movement into a muscle machine. But don't rush the ego. No swinging, no kicking, no half reps. Chest up, rib cage down. Control the descent like you're resisting gravity's attempt to fold you. Now you've got pulling. But muscle isn't built from one direction. So let me flip the script, because the next move builds a chest that actually looks like a chest, without turning your shoulders into sandpaper. Most people train chest with short, safe little reps. They press, stop early, and wonder why their pecs look flat. Your chest grows best when it's loaded in a deep stretch. That's not bro science, that's physics and tissue. So exercise 2 is ring push-ups, not regular push-ups, not the floor, rings. Because rings force 2 things that weights often don't. A deeper stretch at the bottom, stabilization through your shoulders and core. And before you panic, rings aren't advanced circus stuff. They're adjustable. You can make them easier than push-ups. Why rings beat benching for most people? On a bench, your shoulder blades get pinned. Your shoulders slide into positions they don't love under load. And your range is limited by the bar touching your chest, not by your actual mobility. On rings, your shoulder blades move naturally. Your hands can rotate. Your body finds the safest groove. In the stretch you get at the bottom, it's savage in a good way. If you can do 12 ring push-ups with a deep controlled bottom, your chest will change. If you can do 20, you add difficulty. How to set it up. Set rings around hip height to start. Keep your body in a straight line. Lower slowly for 3 seconds. Pause for 1 second in the bottom stretch. Press up with control. No worming, no hips sagging. Want it harder? Walk your feet back. Lower the rings. Add a weighted vest. Want it easier? Raise the rings. Bend your knees, reduce the angle. And here's the sneaky benefit. Ring push-ups teach your shoulders to stabilize under load, which makes everything else you do safer. Dips, pressing, even carrying groceries without your shoulder barking. Now you've got vertical pulling and deep pressing. But if your legs are trained with joint sandpaper, none of that matters. Because the fastest way to feel old is wrecking your lower body with the wrong strategy. So the third move is the one that builds legs without spine tax. Most people think legs equals barbell squats or deadlifts. And yes, those can work. But the invisible enemy shows up again, spinal loading, and it adds up. So here's the lower body move that builds real muscle while letting your spine breathe. Rear foot elevated split squats, also known as Bulgarian split squats. If you've done them, you already know. They are evil. They are effective, and they don't care about your feelings. One leg does the work. One leg stabilizes. Your glutes light up. Your quads burn. Your adductors get pulled into the fight. And because you're not balancing a barbell across your back, your spine isn't taking the same beating. Benchmarks, body weight only, 3 sets of 10 per leg with control. Strong standard, hold weight and hit 8 per leg clean. You will grow standard, 12 per leg with load and no wobbling. How to do them without wrecking your knees. Front foot far enough forward so your heel stays down. Slight forward lean so your glute actually works. Lower for 3 seconds. Pause briefly at the bottom. Drive up through the midfoot and heel. And don't chase depth like it's a badge. Chase control. Your knee should track over your toes, not collapse inward. Progression is simple. Start with body weight. Add a backpack or dumbbells. Add tempo, slower lowering. Add reps, then add load again. You do this twice a week and tell me your legs don't change. But there's a missing piece most programs ignore. Your posterior chain and upper back need horizontal pulling, or your posture and shoulders will eventually pay the price. If your shoulders round forward, if your neck feels tight, if your upper back looks flat, it's because you push more than you pull. And your body is adapting to that imbalance. This is where exercise 4 comes in. Feet elevated body rows, on rings, a bar, or a sturdy setup. You're basically rowing your body weight while keeping your body rigid like a plank. And unlike heavy bent over rows, you're not locked into a hip hinge position with your lower back screaming. Benchmarks. Start. 3 sets of 8 with clean form. Solid. 3 sets of 12. Advanced. Feet elevated. Rings low. 10 to 15 reps. Setup options. Rings hung from a door anchor or sturdy beam. A bar and a rack. A Smith machine bar. Even a sturdy table if you're careful. Key cues, body straight, no sagging hips. Pull your chest to your hands. Squeeze shoulder blades together for a second. Lower slowly. Don't just drop. And here's the rehook you need to hear. If you only do one thing for your posture and shoulder health, it's this. Because rows rebuild the muscles that hold your shoulders in the right place. And when your shoulders sit right, everything else feels better. Pressing, breathing, even standing. Now we've got vertical pull, deep press, spine-friendly legs, horizontal pull. So what's left? The final move is the one people love to argue about. Some say it's unsafe, some say it's essential. They're both right, depending on how you do it. The 5th exercise is ring dips. And yes, I said rings again. Because rings let your shoulders rotate naturally instead of forcing them into one track. Most dip injuries happen for one reason. People drop too deep too soon with shoulders rolled forward. That's not a dip problem. That's a control problem. Dips build a ridiculous amount of muscle because you're pressing your body weight through a big range with your chest, shoulders, and triceps working together. If your goal is an upper body that looks dense, this is your finisher. Benchmarks. Entry level. Supported ring dip holds for 10 to 20 seconds. Intermediate 5 strict ring dips. Growth zone. 8 to 12 strict reps. Then you add weight. Progression. Step 1. Top support holds. Get on the rings, lock out, turn rings slightly out, shoulders down, chest tall, hold. Step 2. Negatives. Lower slowly for 5 seconds. Stop before shoulder discomfort. Build strength in the bottom range gradually. Step 3. Full reps. Only go as deep as you can keep shoulder blades controlled. No shrugging, no collapsing. And once you can hit 10 clean reps, add load, backpack, dip belt, vest. Here's the payoff. Ring dips don't just build muscle, they build the ability to control your shoulders under pressure, which is the difference between strong and injured strong. Now you know the 5. But I can already hear the objections forming, so let's kill them before they kill your results. Objection 1. Body weight isn't enough to build big muscle. That's only true if you never progress. If you do the same push-ups forever, you'll plateau. Same with a dumbbell, you never increase. Progression isn't optional, it's the entire game. With these 5 exercises, progression is built in. More reps, slower tempo, more range, harder leverage, added weight. If you can do chin-ups with a backpack, ring dips with a vest, split squats with heavy dumbbells, your muscles don't care whether the load came from a barbell or your body. Tension is tension. Objection 2. This sounds too hard for beginners. Good, because it scales. You don't start with full chin-ups. You start with hangs and negatives. You don't start with deep ring push-ups. You raise the rings. You don't start with perfect split squats. You shorten the range and build control. The only people who can't do this are the people who refuse to use progressions. Objection 3. I need barbells for legs. No. You need a leg stimulus you can recover from consistently. One leg training hits the legs hard with less spinal loading, and the muscle doesn't know whether you squatted 300 pounds or did split squats with brutal control and deep range. It only knows, did I have to adapt? Objection 4. Dips wreck shoulders. Bad dips wreck shoulders. Good dips build shoulders. If you can't hold the top position with shoulders down and stable, you don't earn depth yet. You progress like an adult, and your shoulders get stronger instead of angry. Now let's put this into a system, because random exercises don't build bodies. Here's the simple blueprint: 2 to 3 days per week, same 5 movements. Progress tracked like a scoreboard. Day A, chin-ups, 4 sets, stop 1 rep before failure. Ring push-ups, 3 sets of 8 to 12. Rear foot elevated split squats, 3 sets of 8 to 12 per leg. Day B, body rows, feet elevated if possible, 4 sets of 8 to 12. Ring dips or a progression, 3 to 4 sets. Split squats again or a lighter variation, 2 to 3 sets. Alternate A and B, that's it. Rules that make this work: keep 1 to 2 reps in the tank most of the time. Progress 1 variable at a time. Reps first, then difficulty, then load. Control the lowering phase, 2 to 4 seconds on most reps. Track a benchmark weekly. Chin-ups, max clean set. Ring push-up, max clean set. Split squat load plus reps per leg. Row difficulty plus reps. Dip progression level. If you improve those numbers for 8 to 12 weeks, your body has no choice but to change. And the best part, you're not paying for growth with joint pain. You're building muscle while your body feels more capable. That's the deal. Stop chasing heavier weights like they're the only path. Start chasing higher tension, cleaner range, and smarter progression, and your joints will finally stop being the price you pay for strength.